This is ATL Day Ones, part of Locked On Sports Atlanta. And it starts now.
It is ATL Day Ones with Jarvis and Tanitra, and welcome in today. It is a Hump Day Wednesday. Tanitra, I don't know about you, but we're about halfway through the week. Man, I am ready to go. Man, it was I'm feeling good today. Feeling real good today.
It's a hump day for everybody else, but for me, it's a Hawks day.
Yes, the Hawks will be taking on the Charlotte Hornets tonight. So we are super excited about that. It is the play-in tournament. Last night had a couple of games that really gonna have some implications onto who the Hawks play if they win tonight on Friday. So we would definitely get into all that. Obviously, we will preview that game in the next segment, but before we get there, I definitely want to thank you all for checking us out. Make sure you go and check out Locked On Sports Atlanta. We have a big old lineup. Yep, I said it like that. Big old lineup for you with A to Z to Mark Zeno. Of course, you can check us out, ATL Day Ones, and also Hitting Hard with John Chuckry, my boy, my main man. We got a big old lineup for you. And also check out our Braves postcast with my main man, Grant McCarley, the Braves guru. Yep, I said it. That's what I'm calling him. That's what he is.
Yeah, totally.
The Atlanta Braves, they spanked the Nets 16-4 last night. Bryce Elder makes his debut. Mm-hmm. He only gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, and he struck out 4 and pitched 5 2/3 innings. Not bad for the youngster, right?
And not bad for a pitcher who was called up that morning. Now, granted, he got the call the night before, but the official call up was Tuesday morning. So just for a young guy to be one of only 2 players from the 2020 draft that are actually playing in the majors right now, the other being Spencer Strider. So literally, or 2 of the 5. Yeah, so you're looking at the Braves having that much success with members of their 2020 draft class really coming and delivering. Of course, Spencer Strider in relief these last couple of days, and Bryce Elder huge yesterday. And one of the things that I noticed and that I heard Brian Snicker talk about as well was the command and the control. So you have so many guys right now who are about the speed and just hurling it, and I just got to get it up to 100 miles an hour and that sort of thing. But with him, not to say he doesn't have the speed, but there was just that control both in the actual pitching and even in his poise and everything. When he got in trouble early, settled down and got himself out of that. So I think that for me, it was really encouraging to see what he was able to do. It was just a pleasant surprise last night, along with the bats coming alive for the Braves and actually giving the Nats a dose of their own medicine from the night before.
No doubt about it. And to kind of add to what you were talking about with Bryce Elder, I think that I like the fact how Brian Snicker handled it when he got into a little trouble in the 6th inning. He was like, all right, gave up back-to-back home runs. Yeah, Josh Bell and Juan Soto. Yeah, it's time to get up out of there. Let's go ahead and fix that situation right now. And go ahead and fix that and get him out of there because, he gave you exactly what you can ask for in today's baseball game. You don't ask the guys to give you 7 or 8 innings or complete games anymore. So you give them at least 5 or 6. I think you're doing pretty well. You're talking about from a guy who was just drafted into the MLB 2 years ago. So that was solid. And also got to give a shout out to the bats, like you mentioned. Ozzie Albies at the top of the order, which we talked about yesterday, being at the top of the lineup. That is so key for him. So, he went 3 for 5, had 3 RBIs with a walk. So that's what you ask for with your leadoff guy, that production and getting it done at the top of the order.
And then seeing last night that the bottom of the order was actually coming through as well. We've all been waiting, looking, anticipating, when are we going to see Swanson break through? And Dansby Swanson finally broke through. So it was really good to see him get a hit. Every Brave got a hit last night. So it was just good to see them get back. But in particular, him. And you especially want to see those bats start to come alive and even give the pitching staff an opportunity to get some rest by taking Elder through 5 2/3 because you're about to go on the road. And you're going to
Right.
be challenged by the likes of the Padres and the Dodgers. So you want to make sure that your offense is running on all cylinders. And you also want to make sure that your pitching staff is well rested, including your bullpen, so that you are prepared for what you're about to go through with 14 straight days of games and this road trip to the West Coast to boot.
Yeah, actually we know that they will be finishing out the series today. Whether it's the businessman's
Yes.
calling, I forgot whatever they call it.
Yeah.
A daytime game.
Businessman special.
The businessman special.
Mhm.
So they will be finishing out the series. So hopefully the Braves can go ahead and close out this bad boy with a dub.
Yes.
We will appreciate that up at Truist Park. So, but T. The Atlanta Falcons, they're making a little noise. The one thing I thought has been really interesting when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons and how they've handled free agency is that when you just go through and look at the list of transactions, I was looking through the transactions, I was like, man, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 2 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 2 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 2 year. I was like, oh my God, I'm making a song over here, trying to figure out, who the Falcons have signed. And I just think that they continue that trend with signing tight end Anthony Firkser with a 1 year deal. He's a former Titan, got some familiarity with Marcus Mariota. So it kind of makes sense, right? Arthur Smith knows who he is. He's the guy calling the plays. Why not bring the guy in, right?
Right. Especially when you look at losing a tight end like Lee Smith, who prided himself in being a blocking tight end and not so much worried about his catches. This is another guy in Firkser who is comfortable and confident and okay with being a blocking tight end. And that's absolutely what you need if you want to get that run game going a little bit better than what you saw last year, or even, spring a receiver for him to be able to get a big gain. So yeah, I kind of like it. And I also like all of these 1 year deals because, hey, if it doesn't work out, we part ways with you, and that's just more money under the salary cap for next year for the Falcons to be able to do some things and really go after some free agents or even some draft picks that they want to go after who can be a part of the, what did we call it? We'll call it the reconstruction process.
Look, can we just call it a rebuild? That's what it is. Oh, we can be funny. Yeah, I like being funny. Yeah, the reconstruction process. The other reword. We're going to use the other reword. We're not going to use the other reword on this show. So hopefully, the Falcons will continue to build this thing out. We know that we'll have the NFL draft coming up, and we got a little something special for y'all that we're going to be doing as we count down to the NFL draft, because you know how I get down, T. I love me some NFL draft. I'm about to start diving into the tape, as they say, when it comes to who the Falcons may pick. We got some really special stuff we're going to be running by y'all in the next couple of weeks or so. Yes. All right. Lastly, J.T. Daniels, a guy that, I've advocated for J.T. Daniels to be the starting quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
We got G-Day coming up on Saturday as well. Yep. So J.T. Daniels has found a home. He will be transferring to West Virginia, where head coach Neil Brown has been there since 2019. He's been holding down. He's the offensive guru type guy. So J.T. Daniels will end his career with the West Virginia Mountaineers, T.
Wow. And good for him. And that was one of the top schools that we kept hearing once he entered the transfer portal. So no surprise that he lands at West Virginia. It just seemed like it was more of a when, not an if. So hey, he was serviceable while he was serviceable for Georgia. Now he's moved on for his final year of his collegiate career. And listen, that just, like you said before, many people were advocating for J.T. Daniels. Some were advocating for Stetson Bennett. But I think going into this year, it's his job to lose. And it was always going to be his job to lose, even though there are some 4 and 5 stars behind him, like Vandegrift and Beck. And, so they're going to definitely give him a run for his money, but that is truly Stetson Bennett's job to lose. So again, congratulations to J.T. Daniels. Hope that he has an excellent final year of his collegiate career.
Likewise.
But I'm also interested to see, now that chapter has truly been closed, and we have G-Day this weekend, not that the dogs are going to show us anything special. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
going to be vanilla, but we will have an opportunity, I assume, to see a Vandegrift or a Brock and kind of see what they're working with, what tools they have in the toolbox.
Yeah, I got a chance to see Vandegrift put in a little
Yeah.
work last year in the spring game. I like what he's a risk taker now. He's a gunslinger. So
Yes.
almost Brett Favre like. I don't want to put that tag on him just yet, but after I got my eyes on him last year, I was like, I like what this guy is. Maybe a younger, better version of Stetson Bennett. You know, I'm always up for that type of stuff. But anyway, the Georgia Bulldog, like I said, we're having their spring game on Saturday. So, yeah, if you want to check that out, most definitely do. We got some Locked On Bulldogs guys that we're going to be bringing on too. Hopefully, on to talk about it so we can chop it up.
Yes.
But coming up next, T, the stage is set. The lights are going to be on. They're going to be bright. Is Trae Young ready to go under those lights? Because we know what he's done in the past. We shall see if he'll be ready for tonight for the old LaMelo Ball and company. That's coming up next. We'll talk about it. Don't go anywhere. It's ATL Day Ones. Jarvis and T.